Hello. Wherever you are on this delightful planet called Earth, I bid you good tidings wherever you locate on our wonderful world. As always, welcome to my beloved 3D channel on a much loved 3D package called Blender, which is used worldwide. And I can give an example because recently here in Maryland, I went to visit my local computer store called Computer City. I was speaking to one of the salesperson there, and he told me he has jumped on board to the Blender nation. So it's a growing and powerful application. My title for the day is part 4 in my series on making the tiles. In a way, if you want to, this could be my last concluding one, but I'm going to go more and more in depth into making tiles. But realistically, this the one, episode 4, is the episode that really brings it to a conclusion where you have a real floor tile made. Alright, so let's jump in and let's begin. I'm going right into shaders. Like I covered everything else in my previous episode. In my last 2 episodes, I went over these tiles these nodes right here. I just covered the burn node, and I discussed the dodge nodes. So if you want to know more about those, look on my YouTube channel and try to find floor tile episode 3. So I'm just gonna move right on from there. Now, what I want to do now, you see, like I said, the reason I like having it small like this, because like for one, I see which the factor nodes available. So I'm just going to connect to those right now. But before I do that, let me see what my factor set to 0. So I'm going to zoom out, go with the add input value node, drop it here, and just connect it here. I'm going to expand this and see what this node does so I can give it a name. Let me tinker around with it a little bit. Oops, I forgot. I don't even got to do that. I can tinker with it right here. So this controls the size of my rectangle size. So I'm going to give it a name now. I'll put it back to 0. On my keyboard, I got to hit the function 2. But if you're using a regular computer, you just can hit F2. For me, I had to hit function 2, or you can hit N and go over there to label and name it, but that's too long for me. So I better hit function N. I name it tile size. Tile size. And when I'm concluded with the last episode, it's a reason why I have all my nodes. Hope they didn't do it. They didn't call it. Oops. I'm doing a function F2. Function key, I hit F2, tile size. Okay, it worked. Alright, so I can mess with it. And you see it change the tile of my size like the name says. So I can minimize it. Then also, to make it look more tidy, I can hit the shift key, right click, and add that reroute node to it. Grab it, bring it down, so it can look more neat with like the others. Well, I can drag it out here. But, okay, this will do right here. I'll leave it like it is. It looks neat like this. Alright, so I did that one. Now I'm going to go to my dodge node. My factor is set to 1. So, come back over here. Choose add. Now I don't want to hit the shift. I could hit shift because this is 0. Shift D, set to 0. I'll put it to 1. I'll make it 1. Hit enter. Grab this noodle and connect it over here. And since it's 1, it didn't do much change to it. I'm gonna put my shift key, cut it right here, grab it and bring it down. Whoa, what happened? That thing connected to too many things. Let me hit the Z key a couple times. Okay. Let me move this around so I can, yeah, I better isolate this little gizmo. I hit the shift. Bring it down right there. Then I can take this and put it back to where I had it. Okay, so it does look nice and neat. Maybe I should put it under here. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. I'll put it right there. Right there so I can know I'm going into it. Okay, that looks good. So now my magic for the day is, right now if I zoom out, see my tile don't have no dimension to it. It's just flat. And that's unrealistic because the tile does have some dimension. It may be thin to the human eye, but it got some dimension. That's my title for the day. And it's called, in Blender, it's called a displacement. So I'm going to add a displacement node. So I have to go to add, go to vector, you choose, there's two types, vector displacement or regular displacement. I did try them both, but I'm just going to stay with regular displacement for now. Click on displacement, just drop it in. I don't want to connect it to anything yet. I just want to take my displacement and I want to connect it right to displacement right here. See, nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. Because there's several reasons why. Reason number one. Now, I did discover the main thing is the easiest way. The easiest way is to put it in cycle mode and work it from there. But if you want to, because I discovered you can go right into the modifiers and make the displacement. But it's a little bit more involved. The easiest way to do it is to click on this little computer right here. They're called render properties and put it in cycle mode. That's the easiest thing to do. You can put it in experimental, but for me, I just leave it in supported. Then you have to go up here to the render button, viewport shading. Click on that render button like I just now did, but nothing still has happened. Let me mess with my little knobs down here. See my height. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I have to take my dodge value and connect it right to my height, like right there. Now it got a bump map to it, and because I'm gonna be working with this base color later on, so I'm just gonna disconnect it. I don't need it, so I just gonna leave it like this. I don't need that base color. So I bring up displacement, but I see I touch my medieval, my scale. See, nothing has happened much. No displacement has occurred yet. And there's a reason why. I'll put my medieval back on 0. And that should do something. I don't know why. Alright, so I'm going to go up here to the main thing it has to be rendered. Or you have to give it some subdivisions. I tried the subdivision surface, but that didn't work out right. So I want to go to edit. I'm going to subdivide it the old fashioned way. Right click, subdivide, and for me, I give it 50 subdivisions. That's good. It has 50 subdivisions now. Now let's go back to object mode and see what I can do. Now, when I do that, it should be doing something. So what did I do wrong? Oh, one more thing, because it's still in bump map mode. So you have to hit the N key. And this is why it's important to put it on experimental, because I'm going to put it back to Eevee. Well, I'm going to leave it on cycles right now. Go to options, go to settings. I need, where it says bump map, I need displacement. Now if you had it on Eevee, that will be gone. Eevee, you see the options have changed completely. So to get that, so you need cycles to have options, settings, and you needed to go to displacement. I'll choose displacement only for now. Okay, good. So we see it's working. It's massive. So I'll bring it down to 1. You see that? So it's working. I'll drag it, drive it down some more. I'll go there some more. Alright, I'll bring it down to 0.02. That's still too light. And I discovered why too. I want to go back to object mode. I want to click on subdivide it one time. And where it says smoothness at, say set to 0. I want to change the smoothness to something else. That may help it later so I can see my black ridges there. Go back to object mode. I'm going to choose this. And I don't want to put it in base color. See? Let me see. Yeah, I don't have nothing on base color yet. Nothing on base color. Now, this is why we need, I'm going to leave it just like this. This is why we need the color dodge. Now you see, when I put it back to 0, I want to put it up a little bit. I'll just mute this. I bet not. I'll just take it up a tap. You see right there, when I was working on this earlier, I'm going to put it in a flat Z. You see right there, even when I was working for earlier, remember, it was triangles. I'll give an example. You see here? It's triangles. A bunch of little triangles. Nothing is flat there. All of these are triangles. So, when I did a displacement, as you all saw, the displacement made triangles. And I verified it again. See, it's triangles. It's triangles. To take it off that's where the color dodge come in. You go to color dodge. Now if but I have to go way over here to my fact. Well, I should disconnect this temporarily. I disconnect this temporarily because I don't feel like doing a lot of movement around. You see that? But it's still not working because I need it to be completely white. It's grayscale. So you got to take your gray and take it all the way to the white. So now you see how it look, right? Now you see it's completely flat. So if I take my factor down now slowly, you see that? That's what I wanted. It got the look of tiles. That's what I wanted. Now I hook it back up. Oh, good. Oh, that's the good thing about the reroute nodes. So if I disconnect it, it won't disconnect everything. You know usually it's disconnect all the way over here, back to this right here. But since I got that reroute node, the disconnect is limited. So that's a good thing about the reroute node. So now I just connect it back. So I never knew that about the reroute node. It comes in handy. Oh, and then remember, my thing is set to 1. So I have to go, my tile size is set to 1. So there. That's good. I'll leave it like that. I might want the 0.99. How does that look? Oops. I'll put it to 0.8. You can leave it like that. And then all you gotta do is just change your over here in displacement. Change your little factor. You see? I'll change it to 0.004. Okay, I'll leave it like that. But there's still some stuff I don't like about it because I don't see my black stuff anymore. See, that's the thing that gets me. I think when I went to here, I went to... It worked earlier. I hope I'm subdivide one time. I did the smoothing part yesterday. It seemed like that took care of it, but now it's like the smoothing stuff not working. I want some blackness in there. Or maybe I have to hook this back up to the base color. That may help it out. Let me see. Yes, that helped it. That's what I wanted. So I had to put it back there to base color. Now they're like actual tiles. And as I said, you can change the size of it by going to the value node. So I got this. Now I'm gonna connect something to the to my scale. I'm gonna put a node here, and I'm gonna call it tile height, tile size. See, look at that. There's the tile size. I shouldn't call. Well, I'm just gonna leave it because it's a demo. I'll call it. I should call it tile spread because it shows tile. Should I call it squareness? Tiles. I'll leave it at tile size. I'll make another one. I need to give it a default value. I have 0.04 over there, or 400ths. So I add a node in. Value node, I put the value in 0.400ths. Then I connect it right over here to my scale value. Hook it over here. Put it right there. Okay. And we can prove it by adjusting it. Yes, see, it's connected to it. And I want to call it tile height. So I hit function F2, tile height. Alright, so I call it tile height, which it does. And what I like about the tile, remember, with all these other little nodes over here, we can still change things on here. See that? I can still change. That's a good thing why I have them nodes over there. You can still change it. That's the beauty of having all in one spot. You don't want to keep looking from node to node to node to keep changing. That's the beauty of these value nodes. And I say later on, when I'm concluding it, I'm going to use them in a group node. That makes it even more better. Now, since this is really the end, I just want to add a little more pizzazz to it. A little bit more pizzazz. I want to add in a color ramp. Add. Because I have to add a color ramp. Because you see right here, I have to add a... This node is going right to the base color, so I don't have no color. I can't adjust the color. So I have to get that color ramp in there. Alright, so then we go to add converter, drop in a color ramp. I'll change the white. Okay, what happened here? I don't like that. Okay, yes, it can do that. A color ramp there. I just want to change I just want to add simple colors. I'll make it reddish, and there it is. Then if you want to add more pizzazz to it, because I'm getting better with these nodes, you can drop in a texture node. I'm going to add out Verino node. Texture, Verino node, I'll drop it in right here. Is it working? Okay, see, for this I'm gonna have to move around and work with it some. And no, it's not working too good right there. So I gotta see where I want to put it at. I know I didn't have it when I made my preview. I did not have it at no displacement. So that's the only thing about this stuff. You gotta figure out where I want to put it at. Where do I want to drop it? Because I had it working earlier. But you know, with these nodes, they become so complex. You forget where things were. Not there. So, so I'm going to drop it one more place. But I don't think it goes here. I doubt that very much. But I did have it working, people. And it was a beautiful, okay. Well, that changed it to see. But that only affecting the displacement. But it gives it a weird look to it. It's like a box look now. Control Z. So I gotta figure out where I had it at earlier. And when I did it, did I put it here? I should have made a copy of it. No. Let me minimize. No. Nope. I want to minimize. What this thing connected to? You see, it's still making them weird effects. Oh Lord. I might as well get rid of it and drag another one in here. So the only thing I'm doing now, put my Verno node, is get it the way I had it look earlier. And if not, if I can't get it, I might as well end the video. But I had it looking real nice. It was real nice because I had the Verno node right on top of it. But you know how that go when you care, when you need it for something. It doing what it want to do now. The Verno node, it was fitting right on top. Let me think. No, let me see. So I'm sorry for taking up your time there, people. I just want to, because it was a nice effect that I had on here earlier. But the tile is technically done. But I just want to add something to it to give it a little bit more sauce and spice to it. But if you want to go, you can go. I just got to figure where I had that node at earlier. I think it definitely wasn't here, see? It was not here. So all it's doing is changing one thing. I think it was down here with the base color. But just go connect it to the height. Now I didn't want to adjust. It was connected right to one of these. No, see that's too much. Too much. And that's not working either. Okay, I might just call it a wrap. I just feel disappointed because I can't put it where I had it at earlier. Okay, I'm back, good people. So I just discovered simply after trial and error how to get my texture, Verno texture to work to add a little bit of pizzazz to it. So I just connected right here to the color ramp. There it is. And all you have to do is change the scale of it. You can change the scale, you see right there, and make it more random. Right there. Change the scale. I'll make it small as possible. And you see what you got? You got an unusual, unique design. I'm going to change to 1D. How would it look in 1D? Nothing there. 2D. Because yeah, it's two-dimensional. I know it won't change for 3D much. Oh, it did a little bit in 4D. But it's still basically the same though. I'll put it back to 2D. Well, it's 3D really. So I'll just increase my scale. You see like that? You do that, and you can add some pizzazz and some life to your particular tiles. Let me do the random stuff. Okay, that's even better right there, you see? And there you go. So I said if you want to, you can stop right here on part 4, but I'm going to keep pushing forward. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep this right here. I'm just gonna minimize it or mute it. And so that's it, good people. Until the next time, family, 3D family, peace. And okay, everyone, and I was playing around with some more with this Verno node, and I discovered it gave me some unusual patterns. It depends where you put it at. All I'm going to do is just scale. Watch. Scale. Maybe random. Now I just leave scale. See, look at that. I just random. Look what it just now did. A new unique pattern in there. Just by me adjusting random. See? So they give, if you want to just, so I said, Number 4 is the design that you can use to stick with. And remember, if I want to make my floor tiles thinner, I just come over here to and adjust it. What tile? What? So what's it called? Tile height. Make it look smaller. Point 0.02. You see that made it smaller. All right. See, but look how I look. I can come over here, and if I want to, I might hook it up over here. But I'm gonna go to so random did this. Now I'm gonna put random back to 0. Now if I choose scale, watch what happened. It made that similar pattern again. And I think that this pattern is different from the random pattern. Let me see. Let me put it back there. Here's the random pattern. Yeah, it's completely different pattern. So if I can combine them, how does it look? Look at that. Wow. See, that looks more incredible. So I said number 4, if you're just making a simple floor pattern, you can stay with number 4, but I'm going to move forward to other ones. So just by putting that voronoi in a particular spot, you see it spread. Look at that, spreading out more and more. Look different. Wow. I never knew that. So that looks good. So I said, I'm going to keep moving forward. I'm going to take off voronoi, but I'm just saying right here, if you're going to make your floor patterns, you already got some simple designs. And what you just got to do is throw more of them textures in the spot where I had the voronoi at. I have it between the one called, was it tile size? Oh yeah. I guess it was color burn. Yeah, the original name was color burn. I have it between color burn and my color ramp, or realistically, the RG, the printable BSDF. Alright, so that looks nice, people. Until the next time, good people. Ciao.